Week 7 in the NFL is over. We will be talking about that and more. We also have MLB playoffs. We are in the World Series now. College football is crazy. We got lots to talk about, and my 49ers let me down. That and more on Good Sports. Thank you for joining us. I'm Randy Good, and I look forward to talking with you. It has been a long week, but before we get started, we've got a bunch more subscribers that joined us this last week. It is getting better and better every week. I just thank you guys so much. If you're watching this, please quickly hit the subscribe button, like it, hit the bell, and you'll get all the content. Drew is doing a great job sending out clip after clip, and we just appreciate so much. We also really appreciate your comments, so please make comments. And we just are really thankful. That being said, it was a rough weekend for me. I'm depressed, but if you're wondering why I am wearing a Chiefs jersey, it's because my team earned it for me. They absolutely laid an egg. It was horrible. It was disgusting, and I owe this to Cameron. He earned it. So, Cameron, I just have to say I want to be a good sport about it. Congratulations to your team. At least I can say the 49ers lost to what I think is a really classy team. I think Reed is a top-notch coach, and I like who he is as a person. Mahomes, although he's not playing well, is a class act, and they've got a lot of good players on their team, and I appreciate them. So that being said, that was I don't know what I would say. I would say it's got to be the worst or second worst loss the 49ers have had in the Shanahan era. That was absolutely dreadfully terrible. So congratulations to you, Cameron. We'll start off and talk about that. Cameron, what were your thoughts and how are you feeling after that victory?
Well, I'm feeling good. We're the only undefeated team in the league.
Yeah.
Feels good to have that.
God's on your side.
Yeah. I will say I'm a little superstitious when it comes to games.
Okay. I get it.
I have this weird thing. I can't watch any regular season games.
Oh.
I can't.
Yeah,
so I have not watched a single Chiefs game all year.
Wow.
No, I get that.
So I only watch the games in the postseason. Because
no, that makes sense.
I don't know. In my brain, I don't want to watch them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I let them play it out, and then once we make it to the playoffs, then I'll watch.
Yes.
But so I didn't watch it. But I know
it was terrible.
That
actually.
it was bad.
It was bad. It was bad football.
Yeah. I know it wasn't a super exciting game, but I do like to see in a Chiefs jersey. It makes me feel good. So yeah.
Yeah.
As someone
Maria,
outside of the fandom of both teams, I'll say that game was rough to watch.
It was horrible.
There was a lot of mistakes just in general,
Yes.
a lot of turnovers.
Yep.
I mean, it was rough, and the 49ers, I think, shot themselves in the foot more times than
they shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
That was whoever.
I don't know if we should talk about 49ers players getting shot.
Probably not in good taste.
Hey, we got him back. But yes, that's true. That was not thought of. Yeah, it was rough. I went to San Francisco, watched a 49er game once years ago, and it was one of the worst games that I think they've ever played. 49ers lost 9-7 against Baltimore. They lost to 3 field goals. We lost to 3 field goals. And the 49ers had one 60-yard bomb. Trent Dilfer threw a bomb, and that was it. It was a horrible game. That was worse on the entertainment scale than what we saw Sunday, but it was awful. Honestly, that was just really, really bad. And I don't know where to go from here, but Shanahan, he has been a very good coach, and he has made a lot of good game decisions where he has a lot of things, but he's psyched out right now. And in that game, Reed's calm, cool, and collective, makes the right decisions. And even if something doesn't work, you can say, I get why he did that. Shanahan now is trying to overthink things, and he is making some terrible decisions. The 49ers, They had their third kicker in 3 weeks. He missed an extra point in the game. It looks like and then he tried to make a tackle again. We had our special teams cannot tackle, and we leave it up to our kicker. And by the way, we are looking at our fourth kicker in 4 weeks next week.
Rough.
But Shanahan, what I want in a team is I want two people to accept responsibility when you lose. Your quarterback, and Purdy did, and your coach. And Shanahan never accepts responsibility. I do not hear him saying it stops with me. He just is always, there's an excuse. And I know there's reasons, but I'd like to see the coach, man up and say, because he is making mistakes.
Well, you saw that quote I sent you.
Yeah.
That to me was
enough. He's blaming it on the players. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that there's not some truth. Obviously, players are making mistakes. But I want Shanahan to look in the mirror, and he needs to make some decisions different.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see him doing that. And some of his calls were horrible. The 49ers had, in the last half of the game, now we're down to receivers that were never supposed to play a snap. They don't have one receiver left.
Mm-hmm.
Debo's in the hospital. He just got put in the hospital.
For pneumonia.
For pneumonia.
And
Jennings is out. He will come back. I told my family we were going to lose the game. As soon as Jennings was out, they'll never beat the Chiefs without Jennings. Debo is not effective, so they lost him and that hurt them, but he's not effective because what Chiefs do is they play man-to-man, and Debo doesn't get off and get separation man-to-man. He's great against the zone, and he's great against schemes. The ones that are good is Jennings and Ayuk. And Ayuk's been bad this year. And he had another huge drop in an important part of a game. And then he's now out for the season. MCL, ACL.
Some of those key drops, hard to watch.
They are. The 49ers are in trouble. They can't stop the run. They'll get Greenlaw back, and that will help. But they're still got problems up the middle. So rough, but congratulations, Cameron, to you and your Chiefs. You guys win. We lose, and we either need a miracle or we need to start working on a good draft pick. I don't know.
I got a question. Is it McCole Hartman or is it Mecole? How do you
McCole?
McCole. Okay, and it's Hardman or Hartman?
Hardman.
Hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so that dude can run.
Yeah,
He's fast.
Hardman is.
This guy did what everywhere else, and then he comes back to the Kansas City Chiefs and he looks like an all-star.
No, he's always been good.
He's quick.
Yeah,
He's
but
always been
isn't
good
he
for
the
the
one that
Chiefs.
went to the Jets and was like sucking?
Yeah, and then we re-signed him.
Yeah.
So we
re-signed him in the playoffs for the Super Bowl, and
he was number 12 in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I didn't recognize his number. But he did play for the Jets.
Yeah, and then they
Yeah.
dropped him, and we re-signed him.
Man.
Yeah, he's really good.
So
he was good at
He
the
looked
Chiefs.
fast, man.
He's the only wide receiver that I really love at Kansas City.
Really?
He's
okay.
He's like my guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, if you were to say Mahomes is going to have no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, Hartman's going to have 1 reception for 17 yards, Kelsey's going to have 4 receptions for 40 yards or whatever, and all the different stats, you would think, oh, they're going to lose. Nope. They win.
That's because Brock Purdy had 3 interceptions.
Yeah, so you had Purdy had 3 interceptions. You had everything. I mean, it's just
What was his QBR for that game?
his was high. It was slightly higher than Mahomes.
I didn't ask that. I said, what
it was I think 45 versus 38 or something like that.
Yeesh.
It was horrible. They were both.
You probably could have thrown a
terrible.
45 in warm-ups.
Because I don't think. Yeah,
I could
so
have thrown a 50.
Purdy threw for 220 yards. That's the only thing that got it up to like 45 or something.
Rick.
And he threw one. This is the 4th time he's thrown it, and had them have a touchdown, get it overturned, and it stops at the half-yard line, and then they run it in. He never can throw it into the end zone, and so that hurts your QBR.
At least you're not Saquon Barkley and have to play on the same team as Jalen Hurts. Every time it's 4th and 1. Every time it's 4th and 1, 4th and goal, you know where it's going.
Good segue. Let's move on to one of the cool parts of the week is you get to see Saquon Barkley go back to the Giants, play his old team. They're burning his jersey. They say they look up and they're like, he's burning his jersey. and then they burned the Giants. That was pretty cool for him.
I'll say this, man. Dude was a class act about it too. Yeah. The whole week leading into it, they were trying to make a whole thing about it. They're like, how do you feel about the revenge game with the New York Giants? And he's like, I don't know why they would care so much about me. Football is going to go on without me, you know?
Yeah.
And he was just a class act through the whole thing.
He was.
And my favorite moment of the whole game is he has 176 rushing yards, and his like personal record is like only 180 something.
Yeah.
So he's only 10 away from his record.
He could have got it.
Yeah. So Nick Sirianni walks over to the bench after they're about to get the ball back. Their defense is about to have a 4th and out, and they were about to get the ball back. Nick Sirianni walks over to the bench. He sits down next to him. They have this all clipped and everything. Super cool moment. But he says, "Hey, just so you know, the guys upstairs tell me that you're like 10 yards away from your personal goal. I just want you to know I was probably going to pull the number 1s out, but if you want to go for your goal, let's do it. Like, I'm here." And Saquon's like, "Nah, just let the young guys get it."
That's awesome.
And then the cool part about it is then Sirianni says, "No, I want you to understand, like, if you want to go for it, the team's here. I'm here. Let's do it." And he's like, No. Put the young dogs in there.
That's amazing.
And I was like, that's so cool, man.
That's so much classier. I would have went for it. That is really cool.
That's so cool.
That is awesome.
I mean, that's so
really cool.
Because you know what?
That's really cool.
He even said before the game, he's like, I don't even expect him to boo me. Like, they shouldn't care about me that much.
Yeah.
I mean, they were booing the heck out of him.
Yeah.
They were booing the absolute heck out of him. And the thing is Saquon wanted to be there, you know?
Yeah. I know.
It had nothing to do with Saquon.
He just said, give me the contract. I'm here.
Yeah. But he could have went in there. He could have made it a revenge game. He could have been disrespectful in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Some of us in this room probably would have acted a little bit different. And he handled it perfect.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. No, it was a good win. I'll say this: I'm not sold on the Eagles again.
Yeah.
But beating down the lonely Giants isn't necessarily the selling ticket to hey, we're gonna be great. I think we have a real interesting matchup going into next week that we'll get into more. But, it looked positive. Jalen did exactly what Jalen needed to do. And we talked at this table last week. What did we say? We said Jalen is the problem.
Yeah.
We said that. We talked about it. I said that. I said, listen, I don't think it's a coaching staff thing. I think it's Jalen's the problem.
Yeah.
And what did Jalen do? He got out of his own way, didn't throw an interception, didn't fumble the ball, and guess what happened?
Yeah.
We win by double digits.
It's hard to win when you don't win the turnover battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's positive.
Good for them. Good for them. That was awesome. It's cool always to see a classy guy go out and get his old team and do it in a nice fashion. Broncos, they on Thursday night they killed the Saints. That was ugly. The Saints have no receivers.
What happened?
Well, you got Olave's out, and then you have the quarterback situation. So when you lose your quarterback and you lose your receivers, it was a terrible performance.
Yeah, but they started out so hot in the year.
Yeah.
And even before Derek Carr was out, it just went downhill so quickly. Yeah. And I think Cameron said it after the first 2 games. Cameron's like, this ain't going to last.
No.
And, for all the Saints fans out there,
I think 3 of you.
I think most of you knew that it wasn't going to last.
Yeah.
But
there was that ride.
There was that high that was right there. I mean, it was like almost 100 points in the first 2 games, and you're like, wow, this team might be good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But they got a reality check real quick. They got hit in the mouth one time, and it was ever since after that, they were like, all right, well, we'll just fold on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to feel about that Broncos team.
I don't either.
Sean Payton's got an interesting way to make a strange football team win strangely in strange games, and it's all around weird because
it's not fun to watch.
It's not, because they'll go out next week and probably lose by 20, but then somehow they'll probably go around 500.
Yep.
So, anyways, it's going to be a weird year for the Broncos.
Yeah. It's interesting to watch what they do and see how they progress. But the big game, Lions beat the Vikings. That was impressive. I did not think that would happen, especially coming off losing Hutchinson going in. But I think Cameron, you were talking about this. When you're a young team like the Vikings and you're hot, you actually maybe don't want to buy. And coming off a bye, it kind of breaks the momentum for you. And I don't know if they were up 10-0. It looked like they were, and then I turned it off, and then I looked back again, and they were down.
Yeah.
And So, but the Lions look good. I
Listen,
mean,
I'll say it right here and now.
okay, you say it.
My picks for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say this, I feel like right now there's a strong case that you're going to see a Kansas City Chiefs, Detroit Lions
I'd love to see that.
Super Bowl.
So
I'd love that.
I will give you my hot take. I do not. I know this. Well, you can say whatever you want. I agree with you with Detroit. I do not think Kansas City will make the Super Bowl.
Why?
I'm going to tell you
What in
why.
the world makes you think that?
I'll tell you. I know you can say whatever. You guys said the same thing with Miami, and I told you why I didn't think. I'll tell you why. They are playing. They remind me a lot of their winning games like Philadelphia did, and I think it'll catch up to them.
It does remind me a lot of last year's Philadelphia.
So here's the
I
problem.
will say that.
Mahomes right now he can get it together. If there's anybody that can get it together, it's him. He's bad. He's not playing good. He's playing. He threw for 150 yards, 2 interceptions. And now Pacheco coming back will help them. But what I would do if I was the Chiefs is I would try to. You don't have to get an All-Pro receiver during this trade deadline. I would get a receiver. You got to get something to help him with those receivers getting hurt. Kelsey's not the same.
They did.
What do you mean they did?
McCall Hardman.
Yeah, but
and Juju.
Yeah, and Juju was out too. He was hurt. I'm just saying what I would do is I would do something to help bolster that. They don't look good. To me, they do not look good. And when you play, Baltimore right now is looking good, and they've won. And the first game of the season. But I'm just saying, when you get into the playoffs and you're going to play good team, at some point, my concern is that their luck will run out. And I'm telling you, I like the Chiefs. I like them as they're good people, and they deserve good wins. I have not seen, and I think they're going to win several more because I think their schedule actually gets weaker. But I think they could just use some help at the receiver end. It's hard for Mahomes to go out there. You have an aging Kelsey, and they don't look good. They really don't look.
I don't know.
Good.
I know what's going to happen.
I feel like he's
exactly
just like Tom Brady, though, and he's just like, see, Tom didn't need a star receiver. Like, Tom got worse with Randy Moss. Not necessarily got worse, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, Tom won Super Bowls without Randy Moss.
Yeah.
You know?
You
And
won a
I
lot
just
of Super
feel,
Bowls.
for some reason, I just feel like Patrick's the same way. I'm like, I feel like you go get a star receiver, he's going to put up massive numbers. We're all going to be excited to watch the games, but I don't know that's going to translate for him. I think the thing that's dangerous about Patrick Mahomes is that guy just slings the ball to whoever, and he's like,
The only thing I would say, and the reason why I'm saying this, Tom Brady's never had a year like this with a quarterback rating or anything. If you look at touchdowns to interception ratio, he's never been where Mahomes is right now. Mahomes is backwards in the touchdowns to interception ratio. They're winning. Every game they're winning is barely. Now, I could be wrong. They literally could win the rest of the games because their actual schedule gets easier, but I've never seen Tom Brady play like this. And so we'll see as we go forward. But
if they end up,
I think
10
the
and
Lions are,
if they end up 10-1, just like the Eagles last year.
Yeah.
The difference is,
I don't think
their
they'll fall off like
their
them,
quarterback is Patrick Mahomes, and their head coach is Andy Reid. My quarterback is Jalen Hurts, and my head coach is Nick Sirianni. Now, I'm not saying that there's a huge difference.
No, there is.
I'm not saying there's a huge difference.
There is a big difference.
But there may or may not be a difference.
There is. I just don't know.
I hope.
I could be wrong.
I hope to everything that this year ends up the same as last year.
Could.
In the AFC
They get
Championship.
hot in the playoffs.
No, in the AFC Championship.
Oh, okay.
Where it's Lamar Jackson versus Patrick Mahomes, and all of social media is praying.
Yes.
that Lamar Jackson wins.
The videos from last year.
Sun.
Oh,
I love it. And it was my favorite thing to see, like, the whole world, like everything versus Patrick Mahomes. And then we won.
Yeah. It was like,
Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the
only man that can help us now. Those videos were epic.
It was awesome.
The Chiefs have they do have God on their side. They have Reed. They have Mahomes, who obviously has proven he can do it. I just worry about the way they're playing. Right now, they are playing, and this does happen, and people don't realize they have long seasons. When you play in the Super Bowl, it's the long teams quit a month earlier, and they're playing every year in the Super Bowl, so they're drained. So mentally, they might not be in it, and a lot of times, good teams will pick it up by the playoffs. But if they play like this, they will not. They won't. They will not. That's my opinion. But
what if they play like this and still win? Then what?
Then I'm telling you that nobody should ever pick against them again. If they play like this and win every game, I'm telling you, there is supernatural power on their side.
At that point, At that point, we take the Lions, the Eagles, and the 49ers. We make a super team and hope to God it works.
No, they'll lose.
They'll still lose.
They would lose. I do agree with you with the Lions right now, though. I do agree the Lions are in the Super Bowl.
We did miss something really important.
Yeah.
We missed something really important that we had down here. Something about the standings, the overall standings.
Oh yes.
I don't think we addressed. I'm sorry.
I was going to move that to when we did our picks.
I want to touch on something with the Lions. Did you guys hear about Jahmyr Gibbs?
No.
He was using PEDs.
Oh no! I think it's Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams.
Yeah.
He's using PEDs. So
Makes sense, dude.
For 2 games.
Dude looked like he was moving.
So since you foreshadowed, I meant to I moved that to the end. But I will say, this last week, we did have Trent's. Look at his smile. Somebody was 4-0. I'm not sure who it was. Trent's back. Trent went 4-0. Drew went 3-1. I went 2-2. Cameron went 1-3, but it doesn't matter. He won the most important game. That's all that really matters. And overall, the standings are really tight. Drew is 13-9. We've got he's going to pick a whole bunch of games so he can catch up to us this next week. Trent and Cameron are tied 19-13. And I have a 1-game lead. Who really cares? Because the important games I didn't win.
Randy, this math isn't mathing.
I'm sorry. It's 20-12. It's 20-12. 20-12.
I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
20-12.
Okay.
I am 20-12, 1 game ahead.
Typo.
Yep, we had a typo. They didn't see that. But.
Listen, I do want to tell you a little story about this little 4-0 experience, okay? Mama Sneed called me up. She goes, hey,
Mama Sneed.
She said, hey, I watched the video. Saw your picks. You're going 4-0 this week.
Oh, she called
and
it.
Guess what? After every single game, she texted me, one closer. One closer. She was following.
Oh, my.
She called me this morning as we were coming into town, long drive,
knows.
first thing in the morning. She's like, so did you go 4-0? I said, I went 4-0, Mom. She's like, I'm so proud
So
of you.
proud. That's awesome.
I gotta love Mama.
Good deal. All right, so now I am going to try to do my wrap up, and we'll see if I can do this in 60 seconds. I don't know, Trent, if you can put the timer on me.
Yep.
I will do my best, and I'm going to try, for those of you that don't want to watch every game and all the time, I'm going to wrap this whole thing up in under 60 seconds, see how this goes. Trent, you tell me when to go, and
Ready?
I will do my best. I will try. Yes.
Set.
Now, here we go.
Go.
Saints have no QB, no receivers. Broncos win. Jags beat worthless Patriots. Lions devour Vikings. Bills good. Titans bad. Colts beat Dolphins. Who cares? Seahawks beat Cousins. Love beats Stroud. Burrow wins. Watson is out. Probably the best for everyone. Barkley gets. Giants win. Rams beat Raiders. Snooze alert. Commanders beat pathetic Panthers. Mahomes and Purdy are better at throwing to the other teams. 5 interceptions, no touchdowns. Great job, guys. Wilson beats Rodgers in the Senior Bowl. Ravens win. Evans out. And the Cardinals beat the Chargers. There you go.
Record time.
Hold
on.
That
you
wraps
wrote
things
the
up.
Senior Bowl.
Senior Bowl. That's right. Good stuff.
Also, you know what I just realized?
Yes. What's up?
Unlimited.
Seattle is first in your
They
division.
are first. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Seattle's
They're
first.
not just first. They're a commanding first at this point.
What?
They're up
I
like
think-
2 games,
no,
right?
No,
It's
1 game.
It's 4-3.
1 game, and if
Is it 1.5?
No, it's just 1.
Are you sure it's not 1.5?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, because you guys beat the Seahawks.
We beat the Seahawks,
That's
and
right.
if we beat the Seahawks
Technically,
again,
you're
we'd
third.
have it. But yeah,
You did that in
we have the
39
tiebreaker against
You did that in 39 minutes, by the way.
39 seconds.
39 seconds. my bad.
39
Not minutes.
seconds.
39 minutes.
Yes, I'm glad you guys got the Senior Bowl. That
That was good.
that was
good.
And
impressive
little
win.
jab at Deshaun.
Deshaun, yeah.
Listen,
Anyway, that's the wrap up.
It
Seeing
was,
him
I will say,
driven away in the cart was probably one of the saddest things I've ever
it
seen.
was
in my
sad
life.
seeing the fans
Yeah.
booing him.
Yeah.
But it was really cool seeing Jameis Winston after the game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into Jameis when we get into the
Oh,
we are?
foreshadow. All right, so
Love me some Jameis.
let's now go to our Trent's top plays of the week. Trent, here you go.
Oh, I wasn't even ready, man.
Oh,
I'm
that's
not even
okay.
prepared. Hold up,
That's
one
all
second.
right. We'll
give me 0.5 here.
we will-
Okay, here
we-
we go.
we
Let
will
me warm
give
up
you-
the hands.
Okay,
kinda
ready?
cold in here.
Are you,
All
are
right.
you good? You golden? Okay.
All righty then. We had starting out hot this week. We had Dustin Hopkins of the Browns kicks it off deep to Charlie Jones, who returns it all the way for a touchdown. That man was super fast. I've never seen someone hit a hole like that. With all these white guys coming out of Iowa, there has to be something in the water down there. That's all I got to say. Listen, there's like 3 or 4 of them now in the NFL, and I'm going, what's going on in Iowa? The next one, this one's kind of like an honorable mention you guys are used to, but we just ran it number 2 because it's been laying on my heart this week, okay? Every big play Saquon Barkley running the ball was a bad play for the Giants this week. He had 17 attempts for 176 yards and a touchdown. Probably could have had another 2 touchdowns if Jalen Hurts didn't exist. The best part was Coach Sirianni offering for him to just hit every record he possibly could. He declined. Probably thought it was enough revenge on his old team already. Jaguars, Parker Washington takes a deep punt on his own 5-yard line, and he takes it all the way to the house. He makes a couple moves looking shifty, and it might be the only good play for the Jags this year, somehow beating up on a terrible team. Anyways, moving on. David Montgomery in crunch time with less than 5 minutes in the fourth quarter fumbles the ball. Ivan Pace Jr. scoops the ball up, takes it for 6 points, putting the Vikings on top of the Lions right before the Lions finally kicked that field goal. We might get into that here in a second. We say it all the time, don't we, around here? You got to do your one job. Your crunch time, fourth quarter, you got to hold on to the ball, David. Moving on, Seattle Seahawks, one and only Geno Smith throws a beautiful rainbow pass to Kenneth Walker, who reels it in from his fingertips. Got to love when those running backs get out of the backfield and catch those big passes. Geno Smith looking good, and the birthday boy Walker looking even better. Deshaun Watson getting injured. Jameis Winston gets in the game to throw a big pass to the defense. I think we were all excited to see James get back in the game, especially the guy that intercepted the ball, Geno Stone. Then we were quickly reminded after Jameis returned to the game that that's probably why he's not starting anymore in the league. Actually, I did love seeing Jameis get in the game. I hope he has some positive plays next week. Jake Bates makes the Detroit Lions' dreams come true as he kicks a game-winning field goal through the uprights. A couple weeks ago, Bates was actually selling bricks in Houston, Texas, before kicking game winners. Gotta love the NFL opportunities that come around. Next one, Andy Dalton back again 2 weeks in a row for the same dang reason. Man, you can't throw those picks, buddy. Throws a pick right to Commanders' Dante Fowler and then proceeds to whiff, sniffing the floor, trying to make a tackle. Wow, Cameron's going to love this next one. Man, I wanted to leave it off, but man, when he does good, we got to say it. Patrick Mahomes, no introduction needed. Drops back to pass, decides to run for a big gain. I think he did this one on purpose. Just reminds everybody in the world he's still got a little mobility left in him.
It's very Mahomey.
Yes, very Mahomey. And guess what? That dad bod, it's working, baby. It's working. My favorite turn of events for the week, this is our final one today. The old Cougar quarterback, Gardner Minshew, gets benched for Aiden O'Connell. O'Connell fractures his thumb early in the game against the Rams. Minshew comes back in the game, gets absolutely leveled by Kobe Durant and on a cornerback blitz, and now Minshew is on the injury report. What a turn of events for old Gardner Minshew.
Oh my!
Man. Well, that finishes off.
Fun.
That's
week,
it for the
fun
week.
That week was brutal on many levels. You did a good job. I would say an honorable mention. The 49ers onside kick was the ugliest thing that I've ever seen. Drew, you've got to show this thing. The kickers for the 49ers, they get hurt. New kicker, he gets hurt. This kicker tries to make a tackle. Again, third week in a row, our kicker, this time he misses, he whiffs. So he makes it, and then he tries an onside kick at the end. I've never seen a more embarrassing onside kick than what I saw. So that was terrible. Trent,
only
good
two
top picks.
onside kicks have worked this year.
Yeah.
Both of them were on the Ravens.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Fun fact for you.
The 49ers kicker kicked an onside kick 4 yards.
Yeah.
It went
Sick.
4 yards. I mean, that
I will say the concept of an onside kick, now that everyone knows it's coming, is really painful.
You got to do the Pat McAfee.
Yeah. That's
You
a
got to
good one.
line up for a regular kickoff because they can't. They're half line.
Yeah.
So you can grab it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next segment. I actually jumped ahead, so sorry, Trent. I confused things a little bit, but thought it would be interesting to discuss if you were given a gift and you could buy stock in a team right now for the next 3 to 5 years, you have an increase in your stock in the NFL team. What team would you guys pick that you see is ascending for the next 3 to 5 years? Who wants to go first?
Trent can go first.
Trent can go first. I can go first if you want, Trent. If you
Go ahead.
need-
Go ahead.
Okay.
The Detroit Lions.
I have 2 teams. Should I just mention one?
Just one.
Yeah. Don't cheat.
I'm gonna go Houston Texans.
Oh, dang it. That's what I was going
I'm
to
sorry,
take.
you guys let me
You
go first.
son of a gun.
Listen, they
We're
got
all investors.
so here's why. Obviously, Stroud, I think, is a very good quarterback. They got 45 picks from the Browns, so they still got more picks coming. They've got a great receiving group. They've got, I think, a very good coach. So they would be my team that I would pick for the next 3 to 5 years. I think their future is very bright. So
I think the only downside about taking the Houston Texans is when it comes to investing in a team, you got to look at like the upper echelon of like history, right? Most teams that you want to invest in their history because usually there's a level of consistency there. Like the 49ers is a great example. The Kansas City Chiefs is a great example. The Eagles, another great example. Dallas Cowboys, great example. Even the Ravens, great example. See, like the Lions, you can't invest in them because they've never had that history that you need. And they don't have that upper level documentation that you want and when you put in a big investment.
sure.
Man, see, I don't want to take Baltimore because there's no telling how much longer Lamar is going to last. Yeah, I mean, just give me Kansas City. Just give me Kansas City. I feel like I'm gonna take that away from Cameron, so he has to pick like the Eagles or the 49ers.
Yeah, he's not gonna.
Yeah,
He said no.
I won't do it.
I mean, if you're talking 3 to 5 years, I think Patrick's got 3 to 5 years left in him. He's got 3 to 5 years left in him for
I
sure.
don't think Andy Reid has 3 to 5.
Well,
Yeah,
I know.
I think you might be right.
I know, but they'll find somebody. They'll find somebody.
I think Andy Reid could take a nap Monday through Saturday and just show up on Sundays, and they'd still win games.
I think that's what he does.
Whatever the nap time should be required for all coaches because
Yeah.
whatever he does works. So who you pick the Chiefs?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the
Really?
Chiefs, but I will
Okay.
say the Philadelphia Eagles. If you're talking management staff, owner, GM, like if you're just looking at your like owner, GM, franchise history, the Eagles is a great pick. Howie Roseman is definitely probably top 3 GMs in the league, and then you got Jeffrey Lurie, who's just last year the Eagles were ranked one of the best teams to go to in free agency because of their facilities and all that stuff. But I mean that's a pretty well run organization if you're looking at stuff like that.
Cameron, what about you? Who would you take?
You guys took my 2 picks. I'm thinking. This is tough. Part of me really wants to pick the Commanders,
Yeah, they were one of my 2
but I
teams.
just
that I put down.
don't know.
Is this a short-term thing or?
Well, no, I just don't know about their staff.
Yeah, it's a whole new group.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a whole new group. They're
And they're doing
unproven.
well, so I'm gonna take. Well, no, I'm gonna take Seattle
Seattle?
All right.
with their new head coach. Their front office has always been good. Their receivers have probably 3 to 5 years.
Yep.
Except Lockett. Lockett probably doesn't have that long.
Good
but
corners. They
Good
got
corners,
some,
young
they got
corners,
some-
young defense.
Yeah, they got some
Yeah.
good offensive line.
I'm gonna
Okay.
take Seattle.
Well, Cameron, let's move on to our next segment where we are going to talk baseball. We are in the World Series. We've got the Dodgers.
How about those Mets, baby? Love me the Mets.
So you got two teams that have probably spent the most money, or right up there, and they are in the World Series. So they got there. So who do you got pulling this out? What do you think is going to happen?
I want to say I hope, I pray that the Dodgers walk away or just run away with it. I don't think they will.
Okay.
I think they'll win, but it won't be easy. I'm gonna say it's a 7-game series, right?
Yep.
Dodgers in 6.
Dodgers in 6. All right. We'll see.
But that's I don't know. Aaron Judge is so good.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge is, but Ohtani's better. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You got I mean, if you're an advertiser or whatever, you like this because you got the biggest stars at the biggest
3 of the biggest names in baseball right now.
I mean, you couldn't have done better.
Yeah.
It's almost as if it was like
biggest stars, biggest market.
Yeah.
World Series. This is a dream.
Yeah.
If you're,
and not the Astros. I'm so tired of seeing those stupid Houston Astros. Those cheating. Oh, I won't even go there.
All right. Well, we will move on from there. Now, we did have a crazy weekend, and we've had multiple crazy weekends in college football. Some major upsets happening. Things are shifting around. You got Oregon at the top. This is very impressive. So very impressive what they're doing, and some of the big teams that for years in the past have not fallen. Alabama, wow. Trent, what are your thoughts of college football and where things are at right now?
Oh, let's look at the old AP polls, why don't we? We got Oregon number 1, Georgia number 2, Penn State number 3, still undefeated. Ohio State number 4, Texas number 5, Miami, a little disrespectful, 7-0. Still undefeated, but at number 6. Tennessee 6-1 is at 7. LSU 8, Clemson 9, and Iowa State rounding out the top 10. Boise State on the AP polls. Woo-hoo. Alabama in 15th. Myers. I don't think they've been in 15th in a very long time. Oh. They lost to. I mean, listen. I will say they lost to Tennessee. I think it's a little dramatic to drop them all the way down to 15.
They lost to Vandy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like
Alabama sucks.
Here's the deal. Alabama plays in a much better conference and plays against much better competition than most of these schools.
Sucks this year.
Imagine Alabama playing Boise State.
Yeah, they'd lose.
They would not lose to Boise State.
Yes, they would. Michael Myers would destroy their team.
Michael Myers.
Did you see he dressed up as Michael Myers?
Yeah. How about the Army and the Navy on the AP polls? Undefeated.
Look at that.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's.
Anyways, moving on. Huge win for Tennessee beating Alabama. That's a big game. Yeah. Even when it's not AP poll related, that's a huge game for that. Yeah. Just that that culture. And man, Miami gutted out a close one against an unranked Louisville. That doesn't really look great for them. But the Hurricanes undefeated, still undefeated. And
talk about Texas.
Yeah, let's talk about Texas. Man, I mean, just what happened there?
They have no quarterbacks.
I mean,
they have no quarterback.
Quinn Ewers steps out, and then you got Arch Manning comes in. Mm-hmm. Doesn't really make a difference at all.
No.
And I didn't really think this Georgia team was that good. I mean, listen, Oregon and Georgia was a great game. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But I think I just didn't feel like Georgia was like, Oregon's at that point where I'm like, okay, they're at that next level.
Yeah.
And I just feel like Georgia wasn't really there. And they put the smackdown on Texas. And here's the deal. I think Texas got a little sloppy.
Yeah.
I think they got a little sloppy. They got some crazy NIL deals going on down there in Texas, and it might be easy for them to get their foot off the gas pedal a little bit. And I think that's what happened. I think they got a little sloppy, and Georgia came in and said, we might have a loss on our record, but we're going to put the smack down you and give you one for yourself. So anyways, it's surprising to see, to be honest with you. I thought that Texas team was well-rounded enough to win with any quarterback, let alone with Arch Manning and Quinn Ewers.
Yeah.
But it's not looking great. So, I don't know. We'll see. Also want to kind of touch on the fact that Michigan completely fell off.
Yeah.
I mean, just no longer existent.
Isn't that amazing?
One head coach, a quarterback, and a running back, and it's like they never even existed. So
Alabama and Michigan.
quite
New
interesting.
coaches.
Yeah,
Wanna talk
absolutely.
about Iowa State.
Colorado in the win category this week. We'll see how long that lasts. Such an interesting thing going down in Colorado. So keep on falling back in with those guys. But some weeks Shadur Sanders looks like the number one quarterback in college, and some weeks he looks like
Shadur Sanders.
yeah. So it's who we'll see. We'll see.
And you picked before the game
Yes.
Tennessee.
You want me to tell my Tennessee story?
Yes. Go ahead. Tell your Tennessee story.
Sing us
But you
Rocky
picked
Top.
that game
I did.
for the record before it happened.
I
so
did.
Congrats to that.
I've been battling. I grew up Oregon State Beavers fan, and then when I was in middle school, I became a Miami Hurricanes fan due to a family member also being a Canes fan, and I have really fallen out of love with college sports in general in the last couple of years. And I just kept on thinking, man, I got to get back into college. I got to get back into college football, basketball. So I started thinking about it the other day, and I was like, what team would I want to root for? Well, I'm from the Tennessee area, technically like Georgia and Kentucky, but we have family in between. So, anyways, I wanted to pick a football team from that area, and I wanted them to be relevant in basketball and football. And anyways, that being said, I decided that I may or may not want to be a Tennessee fan. They fit all the categories I was looking at, and I texted the group chat before the Tennessee game, and I said, you know what? Good old Rocky Top's taking down Bama today. And they did. They did. And I watched almost that whole game. And Grace was very upset with me because it was a Saturday and I was watching football.
It is the problem. One day, as you get further along in this marriage thing, you'll realize you have to pick which days to watch.
Yeah.
But enjoy it while you've got it.
But yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good game.
Yeah.
Came down to the wire, finished it out. Michael was watching it with me when we were up in Leavenworth.
Yeah.
And he was watching it too.
I heard he wore the wrong jersey.
Yeah, that'll happen.
So, well,
But no, it was good.
Good.
So
Well-
from here on out, I'm solidifying myself as a Tennessee fan.
Tennessee fan.
I'm announcing it to the world. I'm now
All
a
right.
Tennessee fan.
Well, let's move on. We got week 8 picks coming up.
Big deal.
Again, where we're at for the recap. I am 20-12. Cameron and Trent are 19-13. It's anybody's game. Drew, we're gonna have him pick a whole bunch of games to get caught up. He's 13-9. Percentage wise, he's right there. So long season, anything can happen. But let's go with our picks. We got Vikings and Rams. I will start with you, Cam. Who do you got in that game? Vikings and Rams.
Gross. Vikings, Rams.
Vikings and Rams. Rams just came off a win. Vikings just came off a loss.
Who did the Rams beat? Don't care.
You want me to?
No, I actually
you-
don't care because it doesn't matter. They're gonna lose.
My quote in my update was, Rams beat Raiders, snooze alert.
Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me. Yeah, give me bounce back game for Vikings. Give me the Vikings.
Vikings, okay. I'm going with Vikings as well. Trent, who do you have?
I'm also taking the Vikings.
We got
Good.
all of us with the Vikings.
I'm just gonna pick the same teams as you guys.
Well, I don't
Well, no,
mind that.
That's what you should
Yeah,
do because then
I'll
no
just
matter
wait for
what,
your picks.
Yeah, no
Okay.
matter what, you can't lose.
All right, now we've
Unless
got.
we pick different.
Oh.
Then he has to pick a side.
Oh
That's true.
man,
He
I'll take my bye week. No.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with the Eagles and the Bengals coming up. Who do you got, Trent?
Give me the birds.
Okay, you got the Birds. What about you, Cameron? Do you want me to go first this
Yeah,
time?
go for it.
I apologize.
Oh,
I
good.
like the Eagles.
No way.
but it's at
no way.
It's at Cincinnati.
I hope you
And
eat those words.
And I probably will. Bengals. Burrow's been playing. He's been playing really
They just
good.
barely beat the Browns.
But Burrow's been playing really good. Listen. You guys have not. You've had one good.
We now have a lockdown corner Jamar Chase is done for the day.
Well,
That's all I
we'll
gotta
see.
say.
I'm picking the Bengals. Maybe I'm helping you catch up.
All right,
That's all.
thank you.
I'm being kind.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You're a good friend.
Yeah,
Okay,
give me
go
the
ahead.
Birds. Give me the Birds.
Okay, we got 2 Eagles. I got Bengals. We got the Chiefs and the Raiders. I am picking right now the next 25 picks in a row. I am picking the Chiefs. I'm in a jersey. I don't want to wear this again. Chiefs, Chiefs, Chiefs. Chiefs, I don't care who they're playing again. They're going to win it all. I know I just said that I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I'm wrong. So let's go Cameron.
Hold on.
Chiefs.
Go to Trent.
Okay, Trent.
I'm taking the Chiefs. Yeah.
Chiefs
Hold on.
versus the Raiders.
Are you not going to pick the Chiefs?
No,
Cameron?
Hold on.
He's not. He doesn't have
Hold
it
on.
in
Look
him to
at,
do it.
I think there's a pattern that I've seen with the Raiders. The Chiefs have a hard time beating.
They
the
do
Raiders.
because of Max Crosby and Patrick Mahomes' little beef. Don't do it.
Think of God and whose side he's on. Trust me, I've had this thought every time, and I've been wrong.
Yeah, give me the Red Kingdom.
Red Kingdom.
Okay, Chiefs.
Red
Now, here's an interesting
Kingdom.
game. 49ers and Cowboys are an interesting game of 2 teams that
suck.
want to be
That
one
both
place
suck.
and are both at a different place. And the 49ers have no receivers. The Cowboys have had only one actual receiver and no running backs, really. 49ers are down to their 3rd running back. But who do
Both teams have terrible coaches. Both teams have above average quarterbacks.
Wait, are the Cowboys coming off a bye?
listen?
Yeah.
Oh.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they are.
it's going to be 3-3.
The Cowboys get a bye and the 49ers are decimated with injuries.
Yeah. But hey, we're going to have our 4th kicker though.
But it's the
I bet our
Cowboys.
4th kicker
But it's the Cowboys.
and Purdy has beat Dak each time.
Oh, this one sucks. I'm not picking first. I picked first on a couple.
You pick first. It's your game.
Yeah, right.
Me?
You
Yeah.
pick first.
Well, I'm going 49ers.
Oh.
I'm going 49ers.
I don't know, dude. This
I'm-
sucks.
I'm pretty sure Ayuk's not coming back from
The
an
worst
NCAA
part is
ACL
I'm-
game.
The worst part is I'm not gonna be excited if either team
Yeah.
wins.
Sometimes you
I
just
don't want
both.
either team to
I
win.
know.
Can we
The
The
just
worst
skip
part
this
is the
game?
last time
That-
I picked against the 49ers is Seahawks.
Listen, I know what you're. I
No,
hate
you picked the
watching.
Chiefs.
I hate watching a Super Bowl where I want both
What?
teams to
You picked the
lose.
Chiefs.
Well, yeah, I did do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys.
Okay.
Hey, where's the Cowboy fans when we need them?
How about them Cowboys?
How about them
In
Cowboys?
hiding. Yeah, give me the 49ers. I can't do it.
49ers, Cowboys. Okay.
They
we'll
both suck, but the boys suck more.
Grant, I got you, brother.
You and
All
Grant
right.
can go cry together.
Well, we'll see. We have 2 games different, so
I
if
shouldn't
if
have
I
made that
lose,
pick.
if I lose
It only
both of those,
hurts
you
us.
could take the lead.
I could.
You could take the lead.
It only hurts.
Now you're rooting against your own team.
my own division.
Your own division.
Listen.
That's a tough one, but that's okay. You went with what you believe, and that's okay.
I just listen. I'm be honest with you. Cowboys had a bye,
I know that's a good point.
and the 49ers
Are devastated.
they
right
are
now.
devastated.
They are so. Oh my goodness.
But then again, it's the 49ers with the Cowboys, and you're like, Cowboys always suck
yeah. Well. All
against
right.
the 49ers, anyways.
We'll
sorry.
see. Well, that.
no, Cowboys just always suck.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
All
next.
right. Well, that's it for the week. Thank you guys again. Please do hit the subscribe. It does mean a lot to us. Thank you, everyone. We are getting more subscribers almost daily now. Thank you for everyone. Maria, thank you for this terrible jersey that I earned, and Cameron, congratulations to you. It was you guys have won like, I don't know, 55 straight games, and against us I think the 49ers haven't won for a long time, so congratulations to you. And you were 4-0, Trent, this
Yep.
week, so and I'm in the lead, so we all had a little bit of a win.
Wait, why was
overall.
I 4-0 and I didn't get to pick the games this week?
You get to pick the games. You picked your teams who
don't-
you thought would win.
I don't want to pick the 49ers Cowboys.
That-
I don't even want to look at it. I don't want to know about it. I don't want anything to do with it.
I don't even want to watch it.
My goodness.
I'm not.
I don't want to be
Alright.
associated.
All right. Well, we'll see how things go next week. College football, we'll see where they're at with the World Series. Thanks for joining us again. Hit that subscribe button. Please leave comments. We really like your comments. If you agree, disagree, whatever, We appreciate it. Hopefully you'll never see me in this uniform again. Thank you. See ya.
Peace.